What's up, YouTube? So, in this video, I want to show you my growth, honestly. Now this, I'm pretty happy, that I was able to get this growth, especially down here. I think it's looking pretty good down here, honestly. But cheeks are pretty patchy, though. Since I've been using minoxidil, I've been off of it for a week because I had to order some. I ordered like a 3-month supply of Rogaine minoxidil foam, and I'm gonna try to keep up with it. Before I ran out, I was doing like once a day, honestly. I just don't think I'd really need to go crazy and go twice a day, every single day. I think every day, once a day, after I get out of the shower is just fine with me, because I've been on it so long, so I don't wanna like kill myself and be hard on myself, you know what I mean? But I've been trying my best to be consistent. It's a little hard. I think once a lot of people get past the 1-year mark, I think then that's when it's kind of hard to stay consistent. But I think the best thing you should try to do is to stay consistent as much as possible. I had to buy another derma roller because for whatever reason, I don't know, it's probably just me, but anytime I get a derma roller, I always seem to lose my fucking derma roller. But I'm trying my best, to stay, consistent on this journey. It's very hard. I still have yet to experience a shedding phase, but I don't know, maybe it's slowly starting to come, because I noticed that I see small hairs sometimes falling, and I know for a fact that my cheeks are not permanent. I feel like the sideburns are kind of permanent, because when I first started on this journey, that's pretty much what I had when I first started, trying to grow my beard out before I even attempted to hop on minoxidil. I was able to get like a few chin hairs. I've always had this soul patch area that can grow hair here. I could always naturally grow a mustache, but I always shaved it off because I felt like a mustache just didn't look right without a full beard, especially if I didn't have a goatee, so I didn't think it looked right. I think it looked like shit in my opinion, but that's just me. But yeah, I'm trying my best to stay consistent. For one thing though, the whole year that I was on minoxidil, those whole 12 months, I was consistent. I did not miss hardly any day. I was doing twice a day, every day. So I'll give myself credit to be on the journey for a whole year. That's very fucking good, and especially to be consistent. I don't think I have got the best results, honestly. I don't think I'm the best results ever. I think I'm pretty okay results, honestly. I'm not gonna say I have the best results, but I will say that I'm very happy to where I was able to come, honestly, because I think it's time I probably do maybe a little quick, I'll do like a video showing. I don't have too many pictures. I should have done more pictures, but I've done some. I should try to I regret not documenting my shit and putting it on YouTube each and every day. I should have done that. That would have been pretty cool. But I should have actually done that, honestly. It would have been a cool progress, to show you guys on this minoxidil journey, while I was starting off, using it, what I've experienced from it. I think that would have been cool, but oh well, it's not that big of a deal. I just think it would have been cool, because when I was first starting off, I was watching all kinds of YouTubers, and how they started their journey from they having nothing to, getting pretty good results off of this stuff. But yeah, I think that's what I'm trying to make in this video, is just try to stay consistent. I'm not trying to keep making the same videos, but I just want to show you, what I'm experiencing, while putting this on my face, is that it could be a struggle, honestly. And one thing for sure is this side, honestly, it always seems to grow uneven. I don't know what it is. And my cheeks just haven't turned terminal. I think this under here is terminal. I can't really say, but I'm pretty happy. I've been growing my beard out for a couple months now. I started growing, the last time I shaved was like in the beginning of January, and I just started growing it out since then, since the beginning of January after I shaved. I think after New Year's Day or something like that. But that's when I started growing it out. I've been trying to stay consistent as much as possible. What threw me off, you know, is when I ran out of minoxidil, and then I had to go on to Amazon, you know, to get a 3-month supply, because I feel like I won't have to be honest that much longer. I'm not for sure, but I'm gonna continue. If I have to buy another 3 months after this supply, then I will. But I just want to get this shit to be terminal already, you know. And small hairs are really, I don't think you can really see it that good on the camera, but I feel like small hairs are starting to grow in here. I just cannot get it to connect to my mustache. You know, I've tried derma rolling, but it just, you know, it just doesn't work, honestly. Even when I stay consistent on it, on applying and derma rolling, you know, twice a week. But I think I did pretty good though. I mean, you gotta think about where I came from. You know, having literally nothing on my face, so I will give myself credit for where it's due. I'm just trying to get the cheeks to turn terminal. That's my biggest problem area, is the cheeks are pretty patchy, especially on this side, but I'm just gonna stay patient. You know, I think that's the best thing I could just do, is just stay patient, you know, and just keep applying and not get lazy on it. That's the best thing to really do, is just stay consistent, honestly. You know, stay focused on this journey. I mean, that's the best thing I can say, you know, is just stay consistent. I mean, this is probably the longest my beard has ever been, in my opinion. And one thing I've learned is that if you're growing your beard out, just leave it alone. Leave it alone. I've learned this from experience, that when you continuously fuck with it, it's a recipe for disaster. Especially if you're like me and you really can't line your beard up that fucking great, because I cannot do it for shit. I can't. I think the only thing I'm alright at is maybe doing my neck, you know, down here. And actually, that's one of my problem areas too, my neck. I'm just now getting decent at it on doing my neck, because I remember whenever I would do my neck, it was such a fucking pain in the ass. Like, I don't know about you, but in my opinion, I think lining the neck line up and the cheek line up is the biggest pain in the ass. Neckline is number one for me, because, oh my goodness, it's so hard. I don't know about you, but like, it's so hard not trying to go too high, but being able to like clean the neck up. I don't know what it is, because you don't want to go too high in your neckline, but I've just always have that problem, you know, when it came to lining my neck up, is accidentally going too high, you know. And I think especially if you're growing your beard out, your neckline is going to change drastically, because as your beard grows longer, your neckline is going to grow. Your neckline is going to be lower. I noticed that, you know, and that's the, I cannot stress this enough. If you're going to grow your beard out, do not do a high neckline, because if by you taking all this hair away down here, you're taking so much away from the beard if you're trying to grow your beard out. Because by you taking all this hair, your neckline high up to the jawline, you are just throwing your beard back, honestly. Especially if you're trying to grow it and you want it to be longer, I would leave all this down here alone. If you're going to line your beard up, just do 2 fingers above the Adam's apple. And even then, when you grow your beard out, as this gets lower, it's gonna lower drastically. And honestly, I don't even really line my neckline up that much anymore, because honestly, as your beard grows lower, no one's really gonna see it, honestly. So as your beard grows low, my beard's not even that long, honestly. It's really not that long. Yet you really can't even see the neck hair on it. I mean, yeah, if you go close up, you can see it, but like, it's not that bad, honestly. I mean, no one's really gonna see it, especially if you have a decent growth rate of hair under here. No one's really gonna see it. And I don't really get too much crazy neck hair, honestly, anyways. I think it just depends from person to person. But Yeah, I think your beard grows out, I wouldn't worry about the neckline too much, because no one's really gonna see under here. Like me, you really can't see under here. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't trim under here or like shave, but just keep in mind about being careful on how high you go up on your neckline, because this is what's gonna add to the beard. And that's just my opinion. As you grow your beard out, I think the longer your beard is, the lower your neckline should go, and the shorter your beard is, the higher your neckline should go. But just don't go too high to where it's to the jaw. That's how I see it. And I think a lot of guys make this mistake of going to the jaw. And me personally, myself, I have done it a lot of times, honestly, is that I went too high on the neckline. And this is another thing I want to talk about, is that I remember when I was getting my first beard lineup at my barber. Great barber. He knows how to do my beard now. And that's what I want to talk about. He knows how to do my beard now. Like, if he doesn't really mess with anything. He'll maybe like do the mustache, line the top of the mustache up, maybe do the lip line. But for the most part, he'll leave it natural for me. That's how I like my beard, is to be natural. Because I want it to be full and natural. Especially, I don't have the best genetics for a beard, honestly. So I have to work with what I have. And he just leaves it natural. Like, when he's doing my cheek line, he's been doing it for a while, so he knows like what I want. So if you're gonna go to your barber and get a beard lineup, just make sure you be specific. And I'm gonna tell you why in a second. So he knows how to do my beard. Like, he'll do the cheek line, but he'll leave it a lot more higher, since I don't really have high cheeks, in my opinion. Cheek lines, he'll leave it high. So like, when he does use the straight razor, he'll leave it as natural as possible, because that's how I want it. Now, back to what I want to talk about you being specific about what you want from your barber. When I first got my first ever beard lineup, I noticed a lot of barbers, it just depends who and where you go to, but a lot of them tend to, when you get a beard lineup, if you're not specific, I think a lot of them, maybe not all, but some of them will kind of fuck your beard up. And that's why it's good to be specific. And the more specific you are with them, it's just like your hair, honestly. When you're specific, you got to be precise on how you want your hair. Because especially if you've been going to that barber for years now, like how I've been going to my barber, he knows pretty much how I want my hair, honestly. So whenever I go in there, he just naturally knows what I want. I don't even have to tell him. He'll ask me the same thing as always, and then that's it. But if you're gonna go, and get a beard lineup, be specific. Because when I remember about a year ago, a couple months in, 10 months in, I went to go get my first beard lineup, and I was trying to grow my beard out. And when he first gave me my first ever beard lineup, I wasn't specific. So when I didn't tell him how I wanted it, because I was new to this, you got to think, I never really had too much facial hair, growing up. But when I was telling him how I wanted it, I didn't tell him at all. So he made it pretty crispy, honestly, too crispy. And a lot of barbers, I don't think they're doing this shit on purpose, but when they're lining your shit up, your beard, they're trying to make your shit crispy as possible, especially your cheek line. So they're gonna drop that shit to like right here. That's how he dropped my shit. And he brought my neckline high as fuck that it looked like a chin strap. And it didn't look too good, honestly. It did not look great at all. So if you're gonna go to a barber and get a beard lineup, tell them how you want it. Because if you don't tell your barber how you want it, he's gonna fuck your shit up. And a lot of times people like to blame barbers, and I do agree some barbers don't know what they're doing and they like to fuck your shit up, but you can't always blame barbers if you're not specific, how you want your shit. You gotta be specific how you want it, and if you're gonna go and get a beard lineup, don't get beard lineups every day, especially if you're trying to grow your beard out like me. Leave it natural as possible, and don't trim too much, honestly. Don't listen to that bullshit about if you trim it or shave it, you know, it'll grow back thicker. That's a bunch of bullshit. Now, you do have some men that their shit grows back faster and thicker. It's just genetics, honestly. Just like when it comes to working out, it comes to genetics. Certain people have good body parts, you know, a good chest development. Like, look at me, I have a good chest development. I haven't been working out that much, but I still have pretty good chest development. But I think the same thing can go for your beard, and it can apply to working out when it comes to muscle genetics on how you're gonna look, what body part's gonna look the best, just like bodybuilding. But genetics play a big role in how much you're gonna get on your face, you know. So if you're gonna grow your beard out, just keep it natural as possible, and don't get beard lineups every day, every week. If you're gonna get a beard lineup, get it every month or every 2 to 3 weeks. That's how I would do it. Every 2 weeks or at the end of the month. And get it from your barber, and be specific. Tell them to leave your shit natural and leave your cheek line at its peak. Leave it natural. But that's what I want to talk about in this video. If you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. And I don't mean to keep talking about the same shit in every video, but I'm just trying to give my tips and, you know, show y'all some love, honestly. But I'm out.